Hey guys, my name is Alexandra Valentine, and you're welcome to my YouTube channel. For the returning viewers, thank you very much for always coming back to watch my videos and for subscribing. Please, if you've not subscribed, please make sure you do that now. Hit on the subscribe button and also on the notification bell to get notified whenever I post a new video. So in today's class, we are going to be drafting a basic sleeve which I'll be needing in my next video. So I wrote a straight line in the middle of this and I'm using it as a guide to mark my horizontal line. So right now I'm marking the upper arm. I'm coming down from the tip of the pattern paper by 4, and then I'm marking my elbow and I'm marking the full length of the dress. Sorry, the video did not cover up to that point, but that's what I'm doing at that point. So I've marked the upper arm, my elbow, and the full length. So on those mark points now, I'm going to rule a straight line across like this. I'm using a pencil now because I want to be able to erase it in case I make any mistake. So I'm just marking a straight line along those points that I marked earlier. I'm also doing the same thing for the base of this sleeve. So now you want to take your arm measurement and then divide it by 2. My arm measurement is 11, so I divided it by 2. That's 5.5. You want to place that 5.5 on the line so that it will be divided equally. So I'm just trying to extend the line at this point because I saw that the line did not get to that point that I marked. So I'm just making sure that it is at that point I marked. So from that point now to the tip of the ruled straight line, I'm connecting it together like this, and I'm also doing the same thing for the other side of the line. So that is it. Also applicable for the elbow, I took my elbow measurement and I divided it by 2. The divided point, I placed it on the line and then mark my measurements there. I'm also doing the same thing for the base of the sleeve, but it's kind of different because I'm going to be taking my measurements around my hand and not my wrist, because I want to be able to insert my hand into it. So I took that measurement, marked it, divided by 2, and then marked it. So I'm just connecting all those marked areas together. That's on the sides of the lines. So I'm just connecting it with my ruler. That's from the upper arm to the elbow and then to the base of the sleeve. I'm also doing the same thing for the other side. So at this point right now, I'm going to be using a marker to define these lines that I have created. So I'm using a marker to make these lines visible so that we don't get confused. So I've adjusted my pattern paper so that you guys will see what is happening at the base of this sleeve. So now at that area where that triangle was formed, I am going to take the measurements like this and then I will divide it into 2. Take the measurement like this and then divide it into 2 by folding your tape into. So I'm just going to mark that point there. Then from that point also to the tip of the pattern paper, I'm also going to divide it into 2. So I'm also going to mark it And I'm also doing the same thing for the other side. So I'm taking the measurement from here to here, and then I'm dividing it into two, and I will mark it. So this what I did here is the same thing I'll do for the other side of this triangle. So practically it's like dividing the lines into four, because this part you're dividing it into two, and this other part you're dividing it into two. So that makes a total figure of four. On the first dotted line, I'm just going to go up by 0.75 inch. So I'm going to mark 0.75 inch on this first dotted line, and then I'm going to come down from this part, from the last dotted line, by 0.75 inch also. So the first one is going up and the second one is coming down by 0.75 inch. So I'm going to rule those dotted lines together. Now for the other side, you know how we draft our basic sleeve, that we have back armhole and front armhole are different. So that's what we are going to be creating here. So this, at this point, it is the same method for the other parts, but for the other dotted line, we are going to be dividing this space we have here into two, and then we will mark it. We divide it into two and then mark it. So from that point now that was divided, we will go down by half an inch. So this part now would be the back armhole. That's the back hand for the armhole, and this other part will be for the front. So just watch as I connect this. So I'm just using my pencil now to connect this point. Just watch the way I'm doing it, and I'll use my ruler, my marker, to make it defined. So I've gone ahead to use my marker to trace out that lines that I was using. So you can use a free hand to do this. So I've also gone ahead to cut out the parts I'll be needing. So when cutting this, because you can see that we did not add any extra allowances, maybe for seam allowance, but when cutting it on your fabric, you have to add about 2 inches or 1 inch. It depends on what you want. So this is an example of what I'm talking about. You can say I give um, space when cutting this on a fabric. So that's the end of this video. Thank you very much, guys. Please subscribe. Thank you.